I'll admit I was wrong. What else can I say, girl? Can't you play my head and not my heart?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will explain about analyze the difference between news and feature rating. Okay, a news story report the fact about an event. Why a feature story explain the significance of an event. It offer analysis, additional article rating, tips to get the mechanic view. And then in terms of time difference, a news article is time sensitive and of immediate interest. Think election results, an accident, an robbery report, a product launch, a court verdict, a medical report release, a set of basketball game score. A feature article can be published at any point. Its contents is often evergreen or at least lasting. In terms of context, a news article report the fact, who, what, where, when, why, and how. It is writing in a straightforward, concise reporting style. A feature article is a human interest story about a person, event, or place, rather than simply summarizing the subject. A feature article highlights one aspect or significance of the story. It less from a style may take a or may take an odd twist or a humming eagle. After that, structure. A news story is structured in the invert pyramid format with key facts at the beginning of the article. This way, the reader can get basic information in the first sentence or two. A feature story allows the subject matter to determine its format, whether in a standard outline form such as a list, sequence, or compression, or one of the seven main story formats. As for subject matter, feature cover analyze topic from profile to narrative interview. Essays expose how to column and reviews. Lastly, in terms of length, new articles are short, average 100 until 400 words, depending upon the type of news and where it is placed in the publication. They are meant to be digested quickly. And future article long and dig more deeply into the topic. Length varies for each publication, but a typical fair feature word count run between 1000 until 2000 word. That's all from me.
Today I will discuss the analysis from the news of the Malays. The masjid or type of newspaper in the Sini Harian, and headline basically must be in bold, so there are 7 beranak terselamat rumah di 4 pokok sentul. After that, I will tell you about the inverted pyramid writing style in the news. Firstly, this news there are 5W and lead type is the meaning of lead, circumstantial, and passive of the situation in which the incident occurred. 7 beranak is who terselamat is what. Dalam kejadian rumah mereka, dia 4 pokok sentul yang tumbang is when. Akibat ribut dan hujan lebat melanda is why. Kampung Tuk Sabah Kuala Besar di sini petang kemarin is when. Secondly, the body is usually located in second paragraph. Rosnah Che Ahmad, 63, berkata, sebelum kejadian kira-kira jam 6 petang, dia berada di luar rumah. Thirdly, the tale is additional information such as, bila keadaan nampak sedikit reda, saya keluar rumah. And then the point is byline or the name of reporter this news, but I didn't find that name is in the news. Only this from me, and we will go the next person. Thank you.
It's me, Mohamad Kaamil. Uh, Now, I would like to talk about news from English local news. 5 news from English local news. The first one from Bernama. Headline: Kampung Pulau Tengah sees boom in local tourists after border shut. Type of lead: the summary view lead. Element of inverted pyramid: the lead. The phenomenal change came after people became aware there is an ecotourism destination where visitors could live among the quiet rural community and experience their lifestyle. The body: he said the overwhelming number of local tourists flocking to Kampung Pulau Tengah has made the village more popular as well as helped improve the village's income and livelihood. The tale: I was thrilled to learn that there is such a place where the forests and rivers are still well preserved. The quaint 1 kilometer bridge crossing with its natural surrounding is a beauty and is enough to entice tourists to this state, she said, from Bernama. Headline: RM300 million loan from SDB secured on arm's length basis Air Asia. Type of lead: the straight news lead. Element of inverted pyramid: the lead. We can confirm that all decisions and negotiations with SDB and its officials were all conducted in an appropriate manner on an arm's length basis, said Air Asia. The body: we have been providing domestic and international connectivity to Sabah since 2001, flying in 660,000 visitors to the state, supporting almost 600 jobs in the state, and directly contributing almost 1% to the state's gross domestic product, said Air Asia. The tale: Air Asia added the approved facilities by SDB would bring significant positive socio-economic impacts. New Straits Times. Headline: 2 new COVID-19 cluster in Selangor, Penang. Type of lead: the straight lead. Element of inverted pyramid: the lead. The Tembaga cluster, meanwhile detected in the north, east and southwest of Penang Island, has led to 69 people being screened. Of the total, 7 have tested positive, 13 negative, while the rest are awaiting their test results. The body: as for the Tembaga cluster involving in that case 29,359 detected last Wednesday, he said close contacts were tested positive and have been admitted to the Penang hospital. The tale: as known today, 69 individuals have been screened from the same cluster and 7 of them tested positive, 30 negative and 49 were still waiting for the result, he said. We move to the fourth news from the Straits Times. Headline: Malaysia reports 659 new coronavirus cases with no new death. Type of lead: the summary lead. Element of inverted pyramid: the lead. Malaysia reported 659 new coronavirus cases on Saturday, October 31, taking the total number of infections to 31,548. The health ministry also said there were no new deaths reported, keeping the total number of deaths at 249. The tale: Sabah stated logged the highest number of daily cases at 529,000 or 80% on Saturday. News from the Star. Headline: has Nilofa found love with pressure purists? Type of lead: the summary lead. Element of inverted pyramid: the lead. TV host and entrepreneur Nilofa 31 will be ending her singlehood soon after her mom Noor Mohammed confirms that someone special has come into her life. The body: the moment I've been waiting for is finally here. You brought someone special into her life who will guide my precious angel. I am confident with your choice for her that this person will make her happy and compliment her and support everything she does. The detail: the man in question seems to be Muhammad Haris Muhammad Ismail, or better known as Purist 25, as a photo of Noor cartoony sandwich shirt, Bedouin, Nilofa and Purist accompanied the post.
The international English news. The first one is headline. Headline is the title. Can find it on the above of news. The second one is the lead. Lead is the most important information in news, located at the first paragraph. There are many types of leads. The types that I found are observational and bullet lead. Observational lead may provide an authoritative observation about a story, and how it fits with the larger picture. Bullet lead emphasize on short sentences. These are the examples of observational and bullet leads. According to inverted pyramid of news writing style, start with the lead that contain the most important information on the first paragraph, followed by the information that provide the details of news, and the least important information will be at the last paragraph.
Next, 3 Indian politicians killed in Kashmir attack. Observational leads: Srinagar, India. Suspected separatist rebel on Tuesday shot dead 3 members of India's ruling nationalist party, which has lost 9 officials in attack in disputed Kashmir in recent months, police said. Rebel groups have intensified attack on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's followers since the government revoked Kashmir's semi-autonomy in August 2019, amid a stringent security clampdown in which the internet was cut for several months. An armed rebellion against Indian rule since 1989 and India's counter-insurgency campaign has left tens of thousands dead, mostly civilians. US insists on need to ban TikTok. Lead, cause effect lead, and inverted pyramid writing style. First, San Francisco, US President Donald Trump's administration has insisted on the need to ban TikTok due to national security concern in new court filing ahead of a plan to make the video apps unavailable on November 12. The Trump administration is seeking to pursue the judge in the case to allow it to move forward with restriction on the video sharing apps, which is claimed has linked to the Chinese government through its parent firm ByteDance. A tentative deal has been unveiled that will make Silicon Valley giant Oracle the technology partner for TikTok and stakeholder in new entity to be known as TikTok Global. For the last 16 dead, over 50 missing in Vietnam landslide after the Typhoon Molave. Observational leads: Quang Nam, Vietnam. 16 people were killed and dozens left missing Tuesday after landslide triggered by a typhoon hit central Vietnam, prompting desperate search for the survivor as the country battled some of the worst weather since in years. Typhoon Molave was Vietnam's 4th storm this month and forced the authorities to relocate around 365,000 people to safety, cancelled hundreds of flights and closed schools and beaches. Vietnam is prone to natural disasters in the rainy season between June and November, with the central coastal province commonly impacted, but the storm have notably worsened in recent years.
Next news is France registers 35,641 new coronavirus cases, 223 deaths in one day. This lead is observational lead. Paris, October 31, 35,641 people in France tested positive for coronavirus. Patients had died from the respiratory disease, raising the country's total infections. 23,036 COVID-19 patients were in the French hospitals for treatment. France returned to a partial national lockdown to stem the coronavirus pandemic. According to the website of the World Health Organization, there were 201 COVID-19 candidate vaccines. Next news is protesters against COVID-19 restrictions clash with police in Spanish cities. October 31, Madrid. Spain's Prime Minister condemned a series of violent protests across the country against restrictions. This lead is cause-effect lead. About 150 people attacked police with stones, set fire to containers and looted shops. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez tweeted, "Only from responsibility, unity and sacrifice will be able to defeat the pandemic." Spain has resorted to increasingly drastic measures to curb infections. Next news. Israel reports 721 new COVID-19 cases, 314,422 in total world. Jerusalem, October 31. Israel ministers of health reported 721 new COVID-19 cases on Saturday. This lead is observational lead, bringing the total to 314,422. Number of death cases rose to 2,539. Number of recoveries rose to 301,241. Israeli Corona Cabinet approved some restrictions on service sectors and house of worship.
Feature writing. Feature lead. From 5 feature lead, 3 use cause effect and 2 use sequential and parody. Next headline. First news headline. Universiti perlu proaktif cipta pekerjaan untuk graduan. Second news. Smart parenting. Parenting during the pandemic. Next. Kemusnahan tertumbuh terbesar isyarat ancaman sejagat. Next news. Bekerja dari rumah langkah pencegahan awal COVID-19. And lastly, how are Americans catching the virus? Increasingly, they have no idea.